Hello Ratbags, it's Joe Plays Games. Welcome to another ARK small mini tutorial. I'm showing you about tech bridges today. Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard about these, I wasn't that excited. I love the idea of extendable bridges, but I kind of thought, oh, it's going to be janky. You won't be able to extend them that far. They're going to be just a little bit underwhelming. I was wrong. Tech bridges are amazing. They work pretty well. They go absolutely miles. You can stretch one of these bad boys across loads of distances, and it's pretty unique. You can get it on Extinction without having to have unlocked any engrams, only the tech replicator. Now I say only, the tech replicator can be quite hard to get hold of. You get them in orbital drops, so when you complete the PvE horde mode drops that you get, they've got a chance of getting some of them. Not guaranteed always, but that's how you can get a replicator to use early in game. Otherwise, if you haven't got a character already who has unlocked the tech replicator, you are going to have to unlock the steps to unlock one, or if you do get a blueprint, you're going to have to go to a boss terminal to craft it. Now there's 3 boss terminals obviously in the biomes, in the scorched earth, in the sunken forest or the crater, and in the snow biome. You'll find a cave that obviously leads to a terminal. It's pretty dangerous, so it's not easy, it's not. Tech bridges unlock at level 72. So if you have got a character that's already learned tech replicator and you're going ahead and you're just getting up to level 75 on Extinction, then you should have unlocked it already, knowing that you probably haven't got the tech replicator without locking all the rest of the engrams. If you're playing on single player or on a dedicated server, then just use the command GCM and you'll be able to craft and make as many as you want in your inventory, as I am doing here. So I was testing a few things out. You can't cross over directly sometimes if they're right underneath, but if you do put one a little bit higher, you can make it go over, and you can pretty much put them anywhere. You can't build on them. You're not going to be hanging off any ceiling tiles off of these. They don't act like foundations in that regards, although they do seem to look like a foundation, the initial piece, but you can't do anything like that. I tried mucking around with pillars, I tried messing around with frames, and nothing was really working. It could only just literally put these down, and that is it. It comes out distinctive little thud if you try placing it anywhere it can't reach, but once you do find somewhere, it gives you lots of angles, you can turn it around. I really love this, and here is why. Back on Ragnarok, there is the Steeps. I've always loved this place. I've always wanted to do something and build here. When Ragnarok got first announced, we were still hopeful that we were going to get extendable bridges. And when it first came out, you could use a mod on PC. It was very hard and difficult to use. The mod broke a lot. I always wanted to come back to this and revisit it. I imagined a proper Ewok village, but in the cliff platforms. I wanted to build something where you'd have castles and houses and just all sorts of forts and keeps all over these rocks, really make a huge city evolving around this area. And now you can do it. Now you've been able to do this in other means, maybe with pillars and putting them on the ground and building them up and doing the old hide trick, but that is a lot of effort and a lot of work, and I have not seen too many people utilise this area for build-offs, so I would love to see some people do some world tours. If you're thinking of building on Ragnarok, using extendable bridges, doing something like this, let me know. Maybe I'll even start getting my building skills out, show everyone that I can build more than a thatch box, and I'll show you guys exactly how you can build a city in the Steeps. But this is it. This is what I really want them for. This is what I think they're fantastic for. It's going to be so cool doing this, making a city, building something along these lines. Of course, they have got more practical uses, particularly for resource routes in Aberration. They're going to be really useful, and of course there are lots of places in the city. A few things to note though: they can be destroyed by corrupted still. You're going to need 220 metal ingots, 2 element pieces, 150 crystal and 100 polymer. So some of them resources are a bit more difficult to get on Extinction, particularly the polymer and the element. So not very cheap. It's going to be a luxury I think a lot of people are going to be using just in creative mode for creations, like I said, for builds. But I really love it. I can't wait to see what people build. To extend it or to shut the bridge, you just simply go up to it and you press the Y button. So it's very much a case of just extending it that way. You can obviously shut it when people are on it, so you can make traps. Maybe you have games where people are chasing you and it's the first person to get to the other side, can then deactivate the bridge and stop the other team from getting across. So many possibilities for mini games. I'll be trying all these out on my servers. This has been Tech Bridges. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Go and have some fun with them, go and muck around, and I'll see you Ratbags for another mini guide very soon.